We are around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, an hour to go for the market to close. And I'm looking at the VIX, which you can see in the screen here. And today's candle is humongous. It's extra long candle, and it's only being restrained by our 11-day EMA, which is this orange line that you see. It's the 11-day exponential moving average, and it's getting support from this green line, which was earlier a resistance for the S&P volatility index for almost 4 or 5 months. So it's a very, very strong support because it was a very strong resistance before and had been tested multiple times. So that is there, and also it's getting a bit of support from the 50-day EMA, which is this blue line that you see here. So it seems at this point of time very difficult that the volatility is going to come down anytime soon. And that's my personal opinion. As always, this video is my personal opinion. It's not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before investing in shares. But in my opinion, we have a lot of headwinds. And if I look at the MACD here, it's bearish. And RSI is also benign, but that could be because we're almost at the close of the session. I still think there are a lot of unresolved issues which need to be resolved before the market can settle down. So top among them is the interest rate issue. With the consumer price index being so high, there is a increased urgency to raise the interest rates. And the Fed has mentioned before that first they would do the tapering and then they would do the interest rate hike. It's not going to happen simultaneously. Therefore, we are going to look at a faster tapering, and immediately after tapering is completed, we'll have interest rate hikes potentially early next year. And when the interest rates go up, there is generally a movement of stocks from more highly valued companies with higher value multiples to more safer companies which are much more stable. So that kind of a movement will happen, and that can impact the tech stocks with huge multiples, and also it can impact stocks like Crispr stocks that we are keeping a watch on. So that's what I foresee in the future for us, in the near future. Of course, things will not remain the same. Now I'm just going to zoom out on this VIX, and I'm going to show you how many times VIX had gone up and then come down, gone up and then come down. Whenever it went up, the market kind of crashed or did a huge correction, and then when it came down, the market was back up again, and then it went up, market went down, and then it came back again. So this keeps on happening. So it's a cyclical thing. So these peaks of the VIX do not last forever. Let us look at the biggest peak that we had here, right? This peak started on 2nd of September, and then I would say it officially ended somewhere around December, 1st of December. So we have started our peak here on the 3rd of February, and we already started coming down, and we are in November. So how long can it go? It has to come down, and we'll find some more relief, but what is going to be the catalyst for that relief, I don't know. We'll have to wait and watch. So let's quickly go and look at our set of shares and see how they are doing. So Crispr is doing extremely well today, up 4.10%. And if we look at the Crispr charts, and I'm going to look at a 5-day view. So we can see that Crispr is steadily climbing up, and it seems in a short while we'll know whether it's on a bullish track, and if I can draw trend lines which are going upwards, then we can start to expect it to respect the trend line and be on a bullish channel upwards. But at this point of time, we appear to be overbought on the RSI. So as you can see in the RSI here, you'll see it's above the upper margins. So that indicates that we are overbought, which means that the price will have to cool down a little, and therefore you see this small red dot here, and this is the moment which is going to bring the RSI back down into more neutral, and then we can continue our upward journey. And the same way, if you look at the MACD is also overextended, and it will need to calm down a bit, and we need to see some downward movement, a sideways movement, and there will be support definitely from this 11-day EMA, which is this yellow line. So let us look forward to sustained consolidation and then movement further. Because whenever movements happen vertically, that's never stable. You need to move a little up, consolidate, and then move up. It should be like a step, and then that's much more durable. So let's hope we consolidate a little bit on Vertex, on CRISP, and continue moving upwards in the near future. Now let's look at Regeneron. Regeneron is also pretty positive. In the last 5 days, again, you can see that it's on this could be probably the beginning of a channel in which it moves. So I'm going to plot this channel here, and upper bounds, and let us see if Regeneron is able to keep itself into this channel, in which case the bottom will act as a support and the top will act as a resistance. So the coming weeks will let us know how it's going. At this point of time, it is just about overbought, and there could be a little bit sideways movement and then potentially a movement upwards. Let's look at Intelia next. Intelia has gone up sharply. Now, I don't like these kind of really sharp movements because, as I mentioned earlier, they may not be as durable. So we need to look for a little bit of consolidation. In the RSI, we can already see that we are overbought. MACD is also overextended. So there could be a bit of sideways movement and then consolidation and then moving up further. So that's what I think of Intelia. Vertex is doing very well at 0.37, and this is a good movement. I like the gradual upward movement, and now I can draw a channel here which can show us a path that is bullish. I'll draw the upper vertex. I need to put a bit of thought behind drawing the upper vertex, so I'm just going to let this go. Now let's look at Editas. Editas is actually consolidating. This movement sideways is consolidation. It is good. Consolidation always enables to put a strong foundation before an upward movement. And the MACD is also positive and RSI is pretty good. That should be a bit more consolidation and a gradual movement upwards. And over a period of weeks, we should be seeing the pattern develop. So right now it is looking good. TDOC. TDOC in November had a negative downgrade. So as a result, it had lost its strength, and that has impacted ARKG also. So if we look at TDOC today, it still seems to be going on a downward direction. It's kind of a downward channel. So we need some more positive stimulus for TDOC to start responding. ARKG is also going down. Today it's lost around 0.59%, and overall it doesn't seem to be in a bullish channel. It's more on a downward channel with a neutral bias. Let us see how this particular segment performs. This segment here, which started on 14th of December, which is today. Let us see if this continues to persist, and if we go above $60 tomorrow, then I would probably start thinking that we have some hopes of testing 64.34, which is the next resistance, maybe a week down the line. Otherwise, if we come down again, then we are going to reinforce the bearish channel which is going downwards. Beam has got 0.79. Again, it's got a very sharp rise today. I did not see any new news to prompt this kind of a rise, but we'll take whatever positive we can get. But still, we are 0.83 below. So that's the situation with Beam. And when I look at the chart, I only see up and down movement between two channels. And the first channel is out here. And the bottom of that is around here. So in all, for all practical reasons, we might be moving between these two extremes, and the range is pretty high, $72 to $78. So in the absence of any specific catalyst, in the absence of any major development, this is going to be the move, with the resistance being somewhere around $78. And when we look at Bluebird, it's down 1.89%. Again, it's consolidating on sideways, and hopefully this consolidation builds a foundation and later on we would be able to break through 9.61, which is where it will be when maybe tomorrow or day after, if it continues to move upwards. And once we cross that, we'll be able to come out of this downward channel in which we have been moving for the longest time since 9th of November. So we need to break above this red line here, which would be around $9.61, and it will take a little bit of time. So having said that, it's overall a mixed bag. CRISPR is doing well, Regeneron is doing well, Intellia is doing well today, and Vertex is doing well today. We'll take that, and we'll try to be as philosophical as possible with our stocks in the CRISPR sector, because, as I said, the environment is not looking good, and it's going to take some time to resolve everything and move forward. Okay, so that said, all the best to you, and let's meet again in the next session. So that's all I got for today. Please like, share, and subscribe, and help us grow this channel. Thanks. Bye.